Hey everybody, thank you for watching this live stream and welcome to another live stream here on the channel. Hi Uri, hi everybody in the chat. Today we are live streaming to my YouTube channel, which is Alex on Design. We are streaming live to my Facebook group. Finally, I managed to fix that for my students, so private Facebook group for my students. And today we are also live streaming to my Behance page, which is Web Donuts. In today's short live stream, we are going to be creating paper wireframes for the mobile app. Mobile app is going to be quite simple. It's going to be for some sort of home appliance. In this case, it's going to be a lamp because I just wanted to do something a little bit more creative than usual. And I wanted to include some animations which are a tad more advanced than what we are usually doing. So, hey everybody, once again in the chat, and without any further ado, let's get started. Let me just hide this, and just one quick mention of my Inception design system. I don't want to bore you guys too much because this is a mobile app, but if you want, you can check out my Inception design system. I will post links later down in the description below. Let me fire up my top camera really quickly. And let's get started. Let me switch to chat just to see what you guys are up to. So here is the paper, and this is a dot grid paper, which is a dark paper, obviously, so black in this case. And I'm using this jelly pens. I created a video a while back explaining just this. So if you want, I will link it down in the description below as well. Yeah, hey everybody. So if you want to check it out later, but you don't need to do something like this. You don't need to use something like this. I just like to use it because it just looks much better. These jelly pens are quite expensive, so if you want to get this paper, do it because it's a high quality paper from the website, which I'm going to put in the description below. But don't get these pens. Make sure to get them from AliExpress or somewhere cheaper like that. So without any further ado, let's get started. And yeah, you're right. It's available on Amazon. These pens are, but the paper is not, because the paper has to be printed in a special sort of way, so they get these spacing, these dots just right. So I have this option in my Inception design system. You can check out the previous live stream if you want to check it out. You can print it out yourself if you want to. It's available for A4 paper and for US letter size as well. Let me know if the music is too loud and if you can hear it at all. Hey Freddy, hi from Bolivia. Thank you for watching. So let's get started. I already prepared these lines. So it's just going to go a tad bit faster for me. Of course, what you can do if you're using Inception design system, for example, then you can print out devices here. And I included mobile devices in Inception design system, and I'm planning to include even more in the future. So if you guys are interested, you can check it out. I'll post the link later in the description of this live stream. Let me know about the music. Can you hear it? Is it too loud? Is it good? So I'll just use these outlines, and of course this is the whole point of these dot grids. I went over a little bit. It's going to allow you to be just a little bit more precise with your drawings. Of course, I can use a ruler, but I couldn't be bothered at the moment. So I'm just going to do it like this, nice and quick, like so. So what we're going to do in this case is this first screen is going to be something with a pagination, so users can land on this screen and they can quickly browse through left and right just to see the main products from this company. And this screen is going to have some animations, just a bit louder. So should I lower it down, Uri? Something like this maybe. So as I said, this is going to be our hero product, and from here they can tap the product to explore it more. And then they can customize the product. So for example, they can change the color of some fixtures, of some screws, maybe of some lamps, tops or something like that. And then they can add it to cart. And this third screen is just going to be add to cart confirmation with a nice animation. And we are able to do this because this shop is quite small. In the case of big shops like Amazon or Best Buy, for example, you cannot do this because this is going to be highly custom for the product they chose. And we are allowed and we are able to do this because the shop is quite small and they don't offer so many products. That's why I want to explore it just a little bit more during our animation process. So let's get started. Okay, you're right. So let's get started. As I said, I'm going to include a logo right here at the top, like so. And then just below, we are going to include our lamp. So let's get started from maybe somewhere around here. This is going to be a standing lamp. So the one you're going to put in the corner of your room, for example, maybe um, when you're reading or something like that. So something like this. And in the next live stream, when we are actually start designing this, I'm going to show you where I got my resources from, how you can customize these resources, how can you deal with them, and something like that. So this is the screw which allows the lamp head to be tilted, much like my lamp right here. So it has the screw on the top and you're able to tilt it left and right if you want to adjust it and to adjust the position of it if you want to. So we have that already, and then I'm just going to put it like so. So of course, I'm not really good at illustration. I already mentioned that in a few of my previous live streams, but it's just there to show us how it's supposed to lay out on the page. So right here, I'm going to add my tag. It's going to be around it, and tag is just going to say new because this product is new to this shop. Then below that, we're going to give it a name. So for example, Midnight Carbon, and then Smart Lamp, like so. And here we're going to include a paragraph of text just to explain what the lamp is, what it can do. Maybe it's a smart lamp, maybe you can connect your Philips Hue lights, for example, or something like that, just to give a bit more information about the lamp itself. Then here we're going to have a nice big call to action, like so. And it's going to say a crucial thing for this case, which is going to be customize yours, because users will be able to easily customize this lamp in a way that they want, like I mentioned previously. And just below that, we are going to have some circles for pagination. So maybe we are going to have 4 pages. Let's say that this page is the page they are on currently, and at the moment I'm going to just leave it like this. But one thing which I want to point out is for the background, I want to have a gradient bg. And this is why I like to leave this space around my mockups, just so that I'm able to write something on the page. In this case, gradient background, because I wanted to have a gradient background and not just a plain background. We are going to explore a little bit more about that when we actually start designing in the next live stream. So as I said, it's going to go from here to here, and this screen is going to be for the settings of the lamp. So this is where actual customization of this lamp is going to take place. So we're going to put the background arrow like so. So this arrow, when they tap it, they're going to be able to go back to this screen. Logo is going to be here as well. And here we're going to put maybe add to bag icon, something like that, like so. So they're able to tap on this bag, perhaps a box like this will appear, and they will be able to see what they included in the bag, because you will see in this third screen they have the option to go back home, and home is this screen in this case, or to continue shopping. Let's say maybe go to this lamp, maybe go to the next lamp or whatever, and then when they add all of these lamps, they're going to put them in the bag right here. And they have two options. They can either proceed to checkout from this screen directly if they just want to purchase this lamp, or to go to the checkout from this screen. And we're not going to design this part, but it's there just to give you an idea. That's why I'm explaining all of this, so they can click right there to get to the checkout point if they want to. So here in this case, what we're going to do is include a bunch of different information. So here I'm going to draw a lamp in a different direction. So something like this maybe. So it's the same lamp, just now in a different direction. And I would much rather if Adobe XD has some option for 3D models, because they already have the 3D software in their lineup, so that we are able to include any sort of 3D model. That would be of much better help. But in our case, we're just going to use PNG images, and you will see that in the next live stream. So this is going to be a colored part, this is going to be a colored part, and this as well. Let me fix this, and perhaps maybe I can just add a bit of shadows. So maybe right around here, just to highlight if I'm showing this and sharing with my client or my teammates, just so they are able to understand and to see a little bit better what's on my mind. So it's just going to be a highlight of color maybe, or shadow or something like that. And then this part, as I mentioned, is going to have the same color as well. So let's now go down, and we are going to include the same information, just without the new tag, because we don't need it in this screen, because users already clicked there. So let's include midnight carbon, like so. And then we are going to say smart lamp, like so. Paragraph of text right here, and then select color, because as I said, they're going to be able to change the color of this lamp cover, of this, and of the stand, which is going to go at the bottom of this particular lamp. Let me check the chat really quickly. Okay, so now we are going to put the color options, so just in the form of circles. And let's say that this color has been selected, maybe it has an outline, something like that, just to give the indication to the user that they actually selected that lamp. And of course, this is going to change as well. So below that, what I'm going to include is a selector. So perhaps something nice and wide, like this maybe, all around to here. Break it down into 3 parts. So one piece, plus and minus. So usually when they tap here, it's going to go one up. So 2 lamps, 3 lamps, and so on. And here they're going to obviously go down. Then what we can do is perhaps maybe we can put the price right here, or put the price inside of the button. So maybe it can update in real time. We are going to explore that option and see what works better when we actually get to Adobe XD. So for now, let's put it 98, for example, and say add to cart. Like so. So they can tap here and add it to cart. For some reason, music keeps disappearing from these live streams. Sorry if it gets too loud. Like so. I think I brought it back. So as I said, they are going to be able to add it to cart. Now you have two options here. You can add the animation here on the cart itself, or you can click and then go to the next screen, which is what we are actually going to do in this case, because as I said, I want to make it highly customizable and highly personable for the users, so they have the ability to understand that they actually got that lamp to the cart in that specification. So the next screen is just going to be the lamp itself once again. So now let's put it in this direction, maybe something like this, like so, like so. Top part, there we go, like so. I'm just going to go down here like this. This part is going to be colored, as well as this, like so. And now we have the actual stand of our lamp. Perhaps we can put it in the center. Maybe I'm going to explore that when we actually get to Adobe XD. And what I'm going to do for now is I'm going to include a circle right here in the back, something like that. And then let's put an arrow once again. So gradient BG, because I want this circle to basically stand out and to push my lamp forward just a little bit. It's just a nice styling touch, and I don't think it's going to disrupt it too much. So finally, we have to give the confirmation to our users. So I'm going to say added to cart. And I'm going to, for example, put a paragraph right here. Let's say, thank you for purchasing, thank you for your order, or something like that. We are going to talk about that. And now here comes the crucial part. We're going to have two buttons right here, like this, and this one is going to say continue shopping or proceed to checkout. Now in this case, I want to make this top button, so continue shopping, a bit darker. So let's say primary, color because I want my users to purchase more. If they click right here, they're going to go straight to the checkout and pay. But in this case, I want to try to make an upsell. For example, if you're selling these light bulbs as well, they need these light bulbs, so perhaps you can upsell that. You can, of course, upsell that right here or right here. Let's say if they select this lamp, select this color, something like that, maybe they can click right there to buy these light bulbs, for example. But if they have their own light bulbs, if they don't want to make those smart light bulbs, they want to purchase just regular light bulbs, then you can give them the option right here on this particular page. Or when you say continue shopping, it can go to the next screen, and then you put this in a bag, this item, which is this lamp. This lamp also goes nicely with this. So you can, for example, put a different stand, you can put a different cord, you can put a different light bulbs, like I just mentioned. For example, if they have a remote controller or an app or something like that, you can put all of that in the next screen, because the point of this app is to streamline this process as much as possible and to make it as custom as possible for them, because once again, this is a small shop and we are able to do just that. So what I'm going to do next is I want to go a little bit further, and here I'm going to put a toggle switch, so on, and I'm going to put my toggle right here. So just a small toggle like this, and it's going to say off right here. And what this is going to allow us to do is to switch this lamp on or off. How we are going to do that? I'm going to simply put a dotted line right here to symbolize that this switch has been turned on, and it's going to shine the light on this particular part of our screen. It's going to be in the background, but when you overlay it and when you overlay this text on top of that gradient, it's just going to give it the nice airy look and feel. We are going to put the background blur, for example, just to accentuate it a little bit more even further. Now what's finally left for us to do is to think about the animations for this particular wireframe. So I'm going to start by this screen, obviously. So for this lamp, I want it to slide up in this direction. So let me draw my arrow. So slide up. And for example, let's say fade out. What I mean by that is it's going to slide up in this particular direction, and once it does, once it goes into place right here, so obviously it's going to start away from the screen, so it's going to be completely outside of the screen, but once it goes into the screen, it's going to fade out into position. Then what we need is the transition to this screen. So when they actually click customize yours button right here, let me actually just make it a bit more prominent. When they actually click right here, it's going to go from this screen to this screen, and we can make it time trigger like so, because I want it to be able to slide out, all of this to fade out, for example, and then all of this to come in. We're going to tackle that in the third live stream, but in the next week's live stream, we are just going to focus on design. In the final live stream, as I said, we're going to focus on all of these animations, but I always like to plan these things as I design, because it makes it just more easy and faster once I actually get to animation part later down the line. So this lamp, perhaps it can go from this direction and then slide into place like so. So I'm going to put my arrow right here, something like that, and I can say, for example, slide up plus fade out. And if you don't know, fade in is the fading of the animation once it actually starts, and fade out is the fading of the animation at the very end. So I want this lamp to come in quickly and then slowly go into place. That's the fade out. And the other way around, fade in is it's going to come nice and slow at the beginning and then speed up towards the end. So that's the whole point here as well as here. You also have fade in and fade out, self-explanatory. You have bounce, you have all sorts of different things in Adobe XD, but for now we are just going to focus on these two because they work well for this particular case. What we can do for this screen is, let's say it can transition right here, time once again. So once again, all of this information is going to slide out of place. This lamp is going to go down once it came out, or even better, this lamp can go in this direction. So slide like this once they actually click add to cart. So we have this, then we have this. For this screen, we have this. When they click add to cart, lamp is going to go out of the way. And then finally here, a lamp, let's say, can slide up like so. Slide up plus fade out. And let's say this circle can expand and fade out. So in this case, circle perhaps can be just tiny circle just behind our lamp. So when the lamp comes into place, this circle is just going to expand in the background of this lamp. It's just going to make sure that the lamp is going to pop out more out of all of this wireframe. Now let's talk about colors. This is going to be our main color, like so. And this new, for example, let's put it right here, can be our secondary color. So we can start dividing right away. This can be secondary, this can be primary or main color. Let's put it right here. So this is main color. And of course, these buttons, I already mentioned primary color, and this can be our secondary color. Because I already mentioned why we would do something like that. Of course, this gradient background can be the same for all of them, and with that we are basically done with this. Uri, are you okay? Oh, thanks, Freddy. Oh, you want me to talk slower? So I want to keep these live streams as concise and short as possible. So, but thank you for letting me know. Now, what comes next is we need to go to Adobe XD, and here we are in XD. And what I want to do for this particular live stream is just prepare these screens. So here I have, as you can see, I have iPhone 13, 12 Pro Max. So you can do whatever you want. I just went ahead and chose this one. I'm going to go with all three, Control D or Command D on a Mac. And if you remember, I want to include all three. So let's say that this is our home, this is our lamp, and this is our, let's say, success or something like that. So let's go back to XD. So this is going to be our home, like so. This is going to be, let's say, customization. And finally, this can be success screen or something like that. And that's basically where I want to finish with this live stream, because as I said, I don't want to bother you guys too much with today's live stream, but we are going to continue this where we left off now in the next week's live stream, because design is going to be the major part of this whole project, because animation is going to come later, because we just have these three screens. So in case of design, we are going to do a lot next week. So that live stream is going to be something like an hour and a half long or something like that, because we have a lot of information to cover. And you can see right here, we have all of these to include. We have this to animate and to position. We have all of these, which are going to be our components. These are our components as well. We have to animate this text going into place and all of these transitions. So we have a lot to do next week. So this is where I'm going to finish up with today's live stream. Thanks, Uri, and thank you everybody for following. Make sure to subscribe to Alex on Design on YouTube, and make sure to check out my website alexondesign.co if you want to check out my courses. I have over 30 courses on Adobe XD and on UI UX design in general. And once again, don't forget to check out inceptiondesignsystem.co if you want to get the Inception Design System. If you don't want to know what it is, you can simply check out the previous week's live stream, because I covered it in 3 different live streams. You can check it out there if you want to, and you can get this paper as well there. And let me zoom in a little bit closer so that you can see finally what we've done. So something like that. Yep. So thank you so much for watching, and thank you, Freddy. Thank you, Yurai. Thank you, everybody. I'm glad that you enjoyed it. I wanted to keep it nice and simple and quick, and I didn't want to bother you too much. So that's it for today's live stream, and I'll see you next Monday when we are going to continue with this, and we are going to take it to Adobe XD when we're actually going to put all of this into place. Once again, thank you so much for watching, and